Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Sensei Inc. and today I'm back with another video. As you can see in the title, we're talking about something a little edgy, a little out there, you know what I mean? And that is the possibility of Zoro killing Kaido. Now, this theory is not like an international theory. It's not a huge theory. It's pretty big, but it's not like something that everyone in the community talks about. There's still a lot of people that don't even know about this theory or how it got brought up. So I had to bring in a special guest. Got my brother, the guy himself, the goaty goat himself, Big Vor in the building. Yo, Big Vor, was good?
Yo, you already know what it is, man. Pleasure to have me on the channel, you know what I'm saying?
You said it's a pleasure to have you on my channel.
Well, thank you for having me on your channel.
Yo, this man Vor is such a goat. He said, bro, you're happy I'm here for real. Stop playing.
Yo.
Nah,
like that, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's all good, bro. I know what you meant, man. But we got Vori on the channel. First and foremost, this is my brother. And I know I say brother about other people like these are homies, but no, like for those of you that don't know, the Vori channel I'm always promoting is my brother, like my actual brother. He lives with me, like it's my brother. So I'd really appreciate if y'all would support him. I'm gonna have his link in the pinned comment and in the description. He's on the road to 2K, man. He's almost to 2,000 subscribers. So any subscriber would really be appreciated. And y'all can hear his takes and how he thinks and things like that in today's video and decide for yourself if he's someone you'd be interested in talking to in the future or listening to in the future. You know what I mean? So without further ado, though, we got to get into the video. Is Zoro still killing Kaido? Now, of course, my brother is a ZKK advocate. He is going to be on the side of Zoro killing Kaido, talking about the theory, how it got originated, if it's still a possibility of happening and why. And I'll be on the other side. I'll be talking for the other side of the community that doesn't think that this is something that's going to happen, that doesn't think that this is a theory that would ever happen in the story. So I guess we can start off explaining your side of things, where this theory came about, who was like big advocates for it, and things like that. Just explaining what the theory is.
Yeah, so basically I think it was when Kaido was originally revealed to be an Eastern dragon, right? And I don't know how people be coming up with this. Like, theory's never been my thing, but I forgot the name of the channel. The first like Zoro killing Kaido video was like 6 years back or something like that. And this dude basically brought up all these things, how Zoro was a tiger, and Otis said Zoro was a tiger. The magazine that said there's a second Ryuma that's going to be born that might slay an Eastern dragon. Speaking on the tiger thing again, like everybody knows the mythology of the tiger versus dragon. That was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. And then probably like I'd say it's probably been about 2 years maybe when I first was like seeing it, because like even before I thought Zoro was killing Kaido, I always had the thought that he had to die this arc. And I used to be on the kid, you know what I'm saying, but then I was just I looked at it, I talked with a lot of people, and then that's when I first got on the theory.
For sure. So yeah, as you can see, this theory, it's a big theory in the sense of it would be such a new thing that happens in the story. So I'll get into my first point against it that most people bring up. Now, of course, these are just points that I have seen other people use. These are not my points. I'm just advocating for you guys that don't believe in ZKK. But one of the biggest points that I hear people say is that narratively it doesn't make sense. I'll explain. So throughout the entirety of the story, Luffy has always been the one to defeat the main antagonist. Whether it's Enel, whether it's Arlong, whether it's Crocodile, Katakuri, Doflamingo, it's always been Luffy. Even the bum antagonist sometimes, like Hody Jones, for real. Stop playing. But it's always been Luffy. So I think people hear Zoro is killing Kaido and they're like, well, that would mean that Luffy doesn't defeat Kaido. Do you want to kind of explain y'all's thoughts on this? Because I've talked about this before. I think people think when you say Zoro was killing Kaido that you also all mean that Zoro was going to be the one to 1v1 Kaido and defeat him. But that's not really what y'all are saying. So do you want to explain that?
I will say, to be fair, there's a lot of different perspectives on it, and like most of us agree that like he may join the fight again, but like his big thing in the arc is going to be more just killing him. Maybe even if he has like a clash or something like that, or a few other hits or something like that. But I don't think most of us think that he's actually going to like, right now, the way the timing is setting up, Luffy is already there, right? And then, Zoro is busy right now, so it's inevitable that, Luffy is going to do most of the damage, and he is probably not going to end in Zoro, one-on-oneing him for at least a long period of time. I could see him maybe joining the fight, like, for a little bit, but nah, most of us don't think that he's gonna like go god mode and beat King and then freaking like go high diff with Kaido or something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Speaking for my side of things, I think people think another point that they'll bring up in rebuttal to that point is that even if Zoro doesn't defeat Kaido and he kills him, it will still take away from Luffy's victory. So in my mind, I think here how they feel. For instance, say we'll correlate it to real life, right? Say you're fighting someone, you're beating the fuck out of them, like you're punishing them, right? Like you you punishing them. But someone else comes in and kills him after you beat him up. The person that kills him is going to be the one charged with murder, and is the person that's going to be responsible for the death of that person. So I think people look at it like, okay, even if Luffy beats Kaido up, Zoro killing him is still more impactful than anything Luffy would have done. So they feel as if Zoro is stealing the spotlight from Luffy by killing him. So like, what's your mindset on that, and like, what would your rebuttal be to those people that think that?
I have a few different thoughts on that, because I guess the most simple point is, I don't think it's that bad that he could possibly outshine him. But in terms of like the world, when you look at, I believe it was Sabaody, when Orochi's talking, and I think it was another instance, I forgot the arc, when Zoro was hyped throughout the story. There's two instances, or maybe three. I know one of them was definitely at Sabaody with when he was attacked the Celestial Dragon. They're saying how, wow, Zoro isn't even the captain, right? Just imagine what the captain can do. And I feel like if he does kill Kaido, that would attribute a lot to, him, of course, but it will also attribute, tremendously to him. Because, like, Luffy beats Kaido, he gets most of the credit for actually, doing most of the damage. But then you had the fact that is added on that someone that is under you in rank actually killed him, which just adds to your hype, like going back to the Aruj thing. Aruj was like, Zoro's like a demon. I can't even imagine what his captain is. And I feel like to some degree it does, maybe in a bit, but I don't think it is like as bad as people are saying. Oda would have that mindset of, oh, this character is going to outshine this character, or Luffy at least, so I can't let him do it. If he sets it up to where, this is actually my theory as well, in the beginning of Wano, basically people were like making fun of like his three-sword style or whatever, and we already know Shimosuke Village has adopted his three-sword style. So I think in this arc, he will be kind of like he will basically make his legend in Wano. I think that this arc will be the the arc where he like becomes a legend in Wano, alongside Luffy, of course. But the whole samurai thing where they glamorify samurai and they just look up to him. And I think on the flip side of that, Luffy is going to be the one that kind of gets most of the credit from the outside world, because we know CP0 is watching. But I think that the feat of him killing Kaido will attribute more to his captain. Obviously, it will attribute to him, though, if that makes sense. That was a long-winded response. My fault.
Nah, it's good though, because I wanted you to be as detailed as possible. But
yeah.
So basically, the too long don't read version is, Vori is saying that someone that is beneath Luffy killing Kaido just makes Luffy look that much better. He's also in the mindset of Zoro killing Kaido wouldn't outshine Luffy as much as people think, and that Oda would not have that mindset when writing that. So that's pretty much what we're saying in a nutshell, and rebuttal to the shine being taken from Luffy. Now, my mindset, and I will give you guys my opinion, my mindset on this, because I know that you guys probably want to know, well, Sensei, what's your thoughts on it? Well, My thoughts on Zoro killing Kaido in the past was very much so that this is something that's probable. This is something that could happen. There's a lot of correlations. Shout out to Fiji. You guys probably know him from his former YouTube name when he was making more One Piece content. Out Fiji. He made a really big mega theory about Zoro killing Kaido, where he explains all of the nuances, the correlations between Zoro and Ryuma, the parallels, the Eastern Dragon stuff, the Tiger stuff, everything that anyone's ever talked about Zoro killing Kaido wise is in this theory. And I will leave that link to that theory in the description if he still has the video up, so you guys can go see all of these things for those of you that aren't familiar with the theory. Now, my mindset at the time was anything is possible in One Piece. It's One Piece. Anything could happen. Oda could change it up, flip the script at any time, and that's just what it is, right? My official stance on it at this time is that with the new undertaking of King versus Zoro and the medicine, I don't think that it's as probable for me. I'm not going to say, oh, the theory's dead, because no theory is dead until the arc which the theory is about is over, you know, like until the end of Wano. And whether Zoro kills Kaido or he doesn't, we won't know until the arc is over. That's just how it is. So I won't say it's 100% dead. However, Zoro fighting King is a big damper in this theory for me, because when I had the mindset of Zoro could possibly defeat Kaido or kill Kaido in the past, I was assuming that Zoro wouldn't be fighting King. Like, in my mind, Zoro wasn't fighting King in this scenario, because I really thought that Marco, Sanji, they were going to be the two to fight King and Queen. I thought that Marco would finish King off while Sanji fought Queen. That's what I thought initially, and then Zoro would be on the roof with Luffy fighting Kaido. That was my mindset, but there's a wrench thrown into that, because none of us really thought that Luffy was going to get thrown off of Onigashima. Like, we didn't know that there was going to be like everyone leaving the roof and then a whole nother roof fight. Like, none of us really expected that. So when it happened, I was like, okay, King is probably fighting Zoro now, because I was like, where is Zoro? He's on the live stage with Sanji. I said, okay. And then we get the super medicine. I'm like, all right, well, they're setting up the King fight now. Like, undoubtedly, I knew it was happening. And with the time limit on the medicine, I was just like, man, Zoro may not make it back to the roof. So what's your mindset, Vor, now that I've given my stance, talking about this super medicine, this make medicine? What's your mindset on the King and Zoro fights and him having this medicine and this time limit? And what would your rebuttal be to someone like that, or in this case me, saying that I think he won't have enough time to beat King and then go to the roof because of this medicine?
I can see that. I can't lie. It's definitely a wrench, you know. But I think this, you know, depends on your view of a couple things, and I think two of those being, you know, the King fight and the medicine, because like as of right now, we don't really have a set time limit to when the, you know, the medicine is going to wear off. Chopper said like it took a little bit extra time because Zoro was so damaged from the roof or whatever. Basically, like your opinion on it is definitely, you know, based off of whether or not you think your opinion basically on, you know, the medicine and how long it's going to take. I kind of go back and forth with it, whether or not it's going to take a while or not. And also another thing is how bad you think the damages are going to be, you know, the repercussions from it. But my mindset is I don't think it's going to wear off until maybe after the raid is over, or maybe the end of Wano, because we still have the whole thing where Zoro said he's going to go to Ryuma's grave. So I don't know if it's going to be so much of a hamper where he can't move. I think, you know, after Wano is over, some people think they're going to have like a week-long rest period in Wano, which I don't know about that right now, but because like CP0 and everything, unless they just retreat. But I do think it's possible to where, you know, Zoro either recovers or just goes over there, and maybe after the arc, you know, it the medicine takes effect. But I think it's definitely based on your view of the medicine and whether or not you think it's going to, you know, take effect or not, you know, during this fight. But me personally, I think, you know, we got a ways to go. I think there's only like 15 minutes until the Onigashima crashes into, I think, the Flower Capital. So I do think Momo is going to be the one to hold that up. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think the the Momotaro theory is coming true, but
Oh my
but yeah,
god, bro. The Momotaro theory, bro. I'm tired of that
yeah.
All right, so listen, yo, listen. So I don't have a problem with the Momotaro theory. Like, I don't have an issue with anyone that believes in the Momotaro theory. Yo, it's just one of our homies. Like,
Yeah.
yo, the homie Sweaty, bro. He just be talking about this Momotaro theory so goddamn much that it's like I'm tired of hearing about it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
every time someone new doesn't know about this theory, bro, have you heard of the Momotaro theory? Like, bro, and he's British too, so you know he got the accent and all that. Like, bro, I'm just tired of that, bro. Like, yo, like, be making me
Thanks,
bad
bro.
for real, bro. Like, yo, nah, but shout out to Rogers Base, man. He put out the Momotaro theory video recently.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So for those of y'all that believe in Momotaro, like, that's fine. You know what I mean? I have no problems with the theory. It's just that individual person. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, so I guess like the thing that has interested me in this conversation is this undertaking that we've seen recently where Hyogoro and Kawamatsu were speaking. Shout out to Kawamatsu the bum for real. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Kawamatsu though. Nah, he's really been turning up. Like, I really was like underwhelmed with Kawamatsu before, but he's been doing this thing, man. He's been helping out. So like, I'm not mad at him no more. You feel me? Shout out to the Kappas and all that. But they were talking about Zoro, and they were talking about Ryuma, and they were talking about what's his name, Ushimaru, and they were talking about how he was the last daimyo and how he had such a resemblance to Zoro. They had the same scarred eye. They had a similar fighting style. It wasn't exactly the same, you know. Ushimaru didn't use 3 swords, but they were just talking about how he fights and how he looks like him. And they even mentioned that him bringing Shishui back to Wano may have been fate. It might have been destiny for him to be here, you know? So I think with all of these, like, Ishimaru, is it Ushimaru or Ishimaru? Ushimaru. Sorry if I know y'all are going to kill me in the comments, bro, because anytime any One Piece creator pronounces a word wrong, y'all be on their ass. But Ushimaru, all of these things are being pushed right now. Like, to me, it seems Ushimaru may be Zoro's father. The time kind of does add up a little bit. I think he left or died, if he is dead, because I know some of y'all believe in the Green Bull theory that Morge talked about, and I think Brago tweeted about. So if he did die, it was 20 years ago. I think Zoro's 21, so he could have sent Zoro off like a year before all this crap really hit the fan, you know?
I was just gonna say, to be exact, I think it was 18 years ago.
Okay, yeah. So 20 years, this stuff happened. All right, so yeah, the time still adds up to me.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, well, Zoro was born in the East Blue. It's like, okay, he could have just sent his wife or his partner away with Zoro, and then Zoro could have been born in the East Blue. Like, like what do you? He still could have been. He still could have been born in East Blue. Like, his mom may have just been there and gave birth at the East Blue, but got sent for Wano. Like, that doesn't matter. I don't know what that, like, when people bring that up, like, that's a rebuttal. Like, it couldn't be. He was born in East Blue. Duh. Like, like, come on, bro. But anyways, I think they're heavily pushing this Ushimaru Zoro stuff, like, now, like, a lot. Even in the Yamato flashback, like, more Ushimaru stuff, and I'm just like, okay, they're pushing this a lot, which got me interested, because them making these correlations to Zoro and these, like, Wano legends, I'm like, Zoro might have some, like, grand purpose. Now it could be King, bro. It could just be King. I will say that people were saying that him coming from the roof to fighting King is a downgrade. I don't look at it like that. I don't look at it like that, because he was on the roof. He's fighting. He's doing his thing. He was helping, you know, Luffy stay in line as well. And then he gets hit with the ocean sovereignty. He blocks it briefly to protect, you know, Luffy and the supernova. Law teleports him out the way, but he did take a good amount of that attack. He was messed up. The next chapter, he gets up. He is still fighting Kaido. He uses Ashura, scars Kaido within the next chapter. Sorry for the plane in the sky, y'all. Plane coolness here, you feel me? But scars Kaido, takes this super medicine, and now he's fighting King. And I'm like, Bro, I don't think it's a downgrade, bro. Like, he's out here really, like, on death's door for real. Like, he's messed up and he's still fighting King. And now with this new Viver card information, we find out that, like, King is apparently a menace. Like, he's actually kind of built different. Like, we find out it took, like, some of the red hair pirate members, probably Ben Beckman, to stop King. And only King and Kaido came to Marineford. No one else was there. King has to be built different for Kaido to, like, only bring him with him.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't bring no one else. So it's just like, King is really strong. So if Zoro defeats King like that, after all of that, that's a really good look for Zoro as well. You know what I mean? So I know that, like, a lot of ZKK members might be disappointed if he doesn't kill Kaido. However, he's done a lot. Like, he debatably, like, for me, it's like Luffy, him, and Marco. And I'll even say Law, because Law was really putting a lot of work in. Like, debatably, those 4 people are, like, for MVP of Wano. Like, those 4 are, like, my 4 picks. Like, they have been doing a lot in Wano so far, and it's just like, I don't know, I feel like this ZKK guy shouldn't be too upset because Zoro is still doing amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think since you know, some people already have that, like, even though it's a theory, you know, it's like people are 100% certain about it. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of have it like, you know, it has to happen. But if it doesn't happen, like, you can't say Zoro, like, Oda didn't treat Zoro to write this arc, because he had the most fights in this arc, the most clashes that he had, debatably the best, you know, shown on the rooftop, and he's fighting King, and he's gonna get his lineage drop. Like, there's a lot, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot that Zoro is getting this arc. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that you know, he's not treating Zoro right, Oda.
Yeah, Oda is definitely treating Zoro right in this arc, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind that Zoro is going to be most people's, like, pick for MVP. Like, I can just see the love that Oda is giving him in this arc, and people are like, this isn't Zoro's arc, and I'm like, is it really not Zoro's arc? Like, what? It may not be Zoro's arc in the sense of Sanji's, because Sanji got more of a detailed backstory, but it's looking like we might get a little small Zoro backstory. Like, if this Ushimaru stuff, I'm just saying, bro, like, it's looking like Zoro's arc to me. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? No matter how people want to look at it.
Yeah, I think people were comparing it to Sanji because, like, Sanji was like the trigger for the hit, you know, his arc. But
Exactly.
Like, Zoro just, like, in his arc. You know what I'm saying? Like, this battle versus the Yonko. Like, I think CB0 said basically it was like fated to happen. Like, you know, they were going to clash eventually. But, like, even then, like, you can't say Zoro isn't getting the most, you know, shine in his art. Like, he beat Killer, he beat Gigamaru, he clashed with Denjiro, he's fighting King right now. He did everything on the roof. Like, you can't say, like, I'm saying, like, it's definitely the arc he's probably gotten the most shine in, I would say. Maybe through the bark, but yeah, it's definitely up there.
Nah, for sure, bro. Like, Zoro doing this thing. At the end of the day, guys, I think Zoro killing Kaido, for me, it's not over till it's over. That's just kind of how it is with theories. But I'm gonna say I'm leaning on the side of it not happening at this point. And Vori, of course, is still probably leaning on the side of it happening. You know what I mean? He got whole ZKK down and all that. But we try to talk about the points for and against it, and I really hope that this gives some sort of introspection into the theory and does help you guys get a better grasp of what the theory is and the possibilities of it still happening. Of course, Vori, thank you for being on the video. Make sure that you guys go check my brother's channel out. You feel me? Like I said, in the pinned comment and in the description will be his link. Go over there, you feel me? Subscribe, you feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
Then come back to me, and then don't subscribe, go back to him and subscribe. No, I'm just kidding, but subscribe to me too, for real. Love y'all, man. Turn those post notifications on if you want more One Piece content. Hey, Vori, you got anything to say to the people before we dip out?
I'm saying, just you know, subscribe to both of us, turn on post notifications for both of us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, thank you for having me on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
of course, bro. You already know, bro. It's so funny looking at this from my view, bro. You got this big nose in this profile picture. Like, that joint
I was going to change it. I was like, nah, that joint too fire.
That joint too goated for real. Like, that joint hard, bro. Hey, man, but you feel me? As always, I hope you all staying safe and healthy. during these trying times. This has been Sensei Inc. and Vori, and we will see you all in the next. Yeah, you gonna mess my ending up?
I was gonna say it with you.
Oh my God! All right, yo,
no, you just say it.
Nah, bring it back. We gonna do it for real and leave this in for real because it's funny. All right. And as always, I hope you all are staying safe and healthy during these trying times. This has been Sensei Inc. and Vori. And we will see you all, in the next video. Yo, that was terrible for real, but that was hard. Stop playing for real.